In this video, I'm going to share with you a technique of how to get anything that you want in the world. And I know this is a huge promise. Now, this practice that I'm about to share with you, this strategy, is built on the work of Napoleon Hill. If you haven't read Think and Grow Rich, stop what you're doing, pause the video, order it, or listen to it, because this is a textbook for a strategy on how to get anything that you want. And there's a lot of detail that he goes into in this book, and it's an amazing story that I won't go into in this video. So here are the 3 steps that you need, okay? And then at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you a story and 4 pro tips that are going to help you speed this up. That has been from my experience, okay? So the first thing that you need to do to get anything what you want is define what you want. Napoleon Hill calls this defining your dream. Okay, so define what it is that you want and be as specific as you can. I want to have $1 million in my bank account. I want to live off the interest that I make from that $1 million. I want to have a romantic relationship that is passionate, that is fantastic, that is someone that I admire, and that admires me, that we're intimate, that we're comfortable, that we help each other achieve our goals, that wants the same things as I do in terms of a family or our future. Like get into it. Now, here's the thing about it being specific and not specific at the same time. Be specific about how you feel in the example, but don't be specific about this certain thing. I want that house right there. I want a relationship with that person, because we don't know. What we can see and what we can know is limited by who we are right now. Our future self who gets the thing will then have some information that we couldn't have known right now, right? And all of this, by the way, is things that I've realized from working with this for the last 7 to 10 years or so. And I've achieved everything that I that I had wanted about starting 3 years ago. And so I have new things that I'm working on now, right? I'll give some examples of those. So number 1, define your dream and be specific about what your dream is, what you actually want. Secondly, have a burning desire for its achievement, meaning get emotionally invested and feel passionate about it. Want it real bad. Even if it's kind of painful that you don't have it right now, use that to create the desire to have it now and soon, and as soon as you can, because it's uncomfortable to be where you're at right now. That's okay, right? Secondly, have a long duration for the desire. Like, just don't have the idea like, oh, I really want this, and then forget about it and never come back to it. You've got to keep practicing the desire every day and come back to what it is that you want with that emotion. Thirdly, have 100% belief that you're going to get it, that it's going to come to you. Now, this is a tricky one for a lot of people because what we want sometimes conflicts with what we believe is possible. So you have to work on that. And there's a lot of strategies that you can do that maybe I'll go into other videos or other people that you can listen to, including Napoleon Hill, that can really get you out of that limited belief system and into something that's actually possible. And I can tell you, like, from someone that's achieved many things that I didn't think it was possible, mostly my inner experience of life, and I'm a monk, by the way, I did not think that my experience of life and having access to changing my state if I'm ever feeling funky, instant access to changing my state and accessing peace and joy, really any kind of experience I want internally, is instantly accessible. That's the thing that I would say, not proud, but that I've achieved, and I'm happy that I have that, right? And that's something that I've been working on for quite a long time. So the 3 things are: define your dream, have a burning desire for its achievement, and 100% belief that you'll get it. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. If we're worried about how it's going to happen, we stunt our ability to believe and to have that burning desire. So forget about the how, okay? Now here's a story that can anchor all of this for you. Now there's a lot of teachings in this that I'm going to some nuances of what I just talked about. 10 years ago, I was living in Durango, Colorado. And I was really desirous of a romantic relationship. I'd been in a few really great relationships in my past. How old was I then? 36 or something then, 37. And I was living in Durango, and I was just ready to be in a relationship again, a romantic relationship. Well, you can see where this story's going to end, actually, because I already told you I'm a monk now. But it's a good story. Stay with me. So I really wanted a relationship. I just really wanted one, you know? I just wanted a companion. I wanted someone I could connect with, someone that I was happy with, someone that I was romantic with, passionate about, felt really comfortable with, vulnerable with. We had similar goals, all the things I just mentioned before. And I really wanted it. I mean, I would say I was actually desperate. to be in a relationship. I just wasn't meeting anybody. Like I was going on dates and it was kind of like fine and they were nice people, but it just wasn't, I just hadn't connected with someone in quite a while. I had this yoga teacher that I just loved her. I mean, in a kind of a friendly way. I mean, yes, I was like attracted to her, but she wasn't available, But I've always just cared for her so much. And I had this like burning, I was just like, God, I really, really, really want a relationship. And she kept like coming into my consciousness. Like I'd go to yoga classes like maybe once a week or something, or twice a week. So we had like kind of a friendly relationship. And I really, really wanted to be in a relationship with her. And so I did not make it about her, but I got very passionate about having this burning desire of being in a romantic relationship with these list of qualities that I made for myself. And I didn't make it like about her, but I definitely was passionate and I had a burning desire to be in a romantic relationship. And I had all these qualities that I just listed for you. And every day, I mean, it was quite natural actually. I really, really wanted it. And what I wanted was I wanted to be intimately connected to them. I wanted to feel passionate with that person. I wanted to feel, have similar life goals to them. I wanted to just love their company all the time, all these different qualities. So over the course of the next 2 months, I had this passion, I had this desire, and we started getting closer and closer with this yoga teacher. And all of the things that I was listing were coming true. I mean, we just were connecting on such a deep level. We had so much fun together. It was easy. It was just like all the things. It was falling in love. I mean, I literally at that time felt like I see characters in romantic comedies feel in the movies. It was the first time in my life that I experienced that. So we're having this amazing time together. Weeks turned to months. And around the 6th or 7th month, I'm just kind of in this. And I have this epiphany at a meditation retreat where I can't be in the relationship. And this is crushing for me. I mean, I had fallen in love with this woman and she had with me. But I knew in my center, in my core, in my bones, in my soul, that I couldn't be with her. I just couldn't because I was on this dedicated spiritual path. And for whatever reason, I just felt like I couldn't be in it. I made this incredibly heartbreaking decision, actually the hardest decision I've ever made in my life. And I came back from this retreat and I ended the relationship with her. I was absolutely crushed and gutted. I felt terrible about what I'd done and how I'd impacted her. I felt terrible about what I'd kind of done to myself, mostly about what I had done to her and how I had just ended this relationship on this complete upswing and this falling in love experience. I mean, I just felt terrible, like a D-bag and more. And I also was just awful within myself too. I felt lost. I felt like, what have I done? I made the commitment at that moment of my life, again, I was like 38 or something, to not date anybody for a year and just focus on myself because of this grave mistake that I had felt at that time I had made. I'd never done that before in my life since I was, interested in girls, so I was like 12 years old or something. And I focused on myself. I knew that I could not be with anybody having made this choice that I made in this creation. I took the same qualities that I was looking for in another person and I focused on building that with myself. Over the course of the next 6 months, I had this passionate desire arise to become a monk. Now, I was not rushing into this because I didn't want to be one of those people that was like in a relationship and then like moved on to this next thing very intensely and like overcommitted to become a celibate monk for the rest of my life. I didn't want to do that. And I wasn't willing to do that. But there was something inside of me that desired this union, this connection, this devotion to humanity, to myself, and that are big commitments. I mean, being celibate for the rest of your life, that's like being married to God and you don't get to have sex, right? And also in our path, it's about being a vegetarian. So it's a path of purity, no drugs or alcohol. Those things weren't too hard for me then. I was already doing those things. But not being in a relationship and being celibate, I mean, that was a big ask for me at that time. During those 6 months, what naturally happened, because I had this burning desire for all these things of being in connection with a person that I thought, that person was me, by the way, spoiler alert. So I had all these desires, and the desire to be in a relationship one day just naturally completed. I had a desire my entire life to be in a companionship relationship, a romantic relationship, again, since I was 12 or 13 or something. So for, almost 30 years. And it just completed. I didn't have it anymore. I can still remember the feeling inside of me, even however long ago that was, 10, 12 years ago. And it's continued to this day. I don't have any desire to be in a romantic relationship. And I have wonderful friendships and connections with people and other monks and nuns and community members and friends and my family. But there's no desire. And I'm so happy and I'm so fulfilled. And it's all because of, well, a lot of things. My spiritual master, first and foremost. Perhaps secondly, this burning desire that I had to be so intimately connected to someone. And that someone was really spirit, source, God, myself, my inner core. And this is what I mean about not being specific. Whenever you create the desire, this won't be you, by the way. You're not going to be a monk or a nun. To 99.999% of you, you're going to get what you actually ask for in that more of a form. I mean, it could be mysterious. It could be your next door neighbor. It could be your friend. It could be some stranger. But you'll get what you want if you stick with this. It won't be you being a monk. But if you use this strategy, you will get what you want. It likely won't be what you think it is. That's why it's important not to choose a specific house or a specific person, but to list these qualities of what you want to see, what you experience in the person, and what you experience in yourself, and you'll get it, okay? So here are the pro tips. Don't be specific. That's a big one. Number 2, exercise patience and effort. My spiritual master's master said that the spiritual path boils down to 2 qualities, patience and effort. And I would say the same thing applies to this strategy of creating, of manifesting, of attracting anything that you want. It comes down to being patient and exerting effort at the same time. Thirdly, be grateful, be expectant, and be enthusiastic about the thing being created. That will create a certain vibration in your being that will have it more and more likely that it comes to you. And then the 4th pro tip that I'll share with you is act as if it's already happened. Feel how you would feel if you had the thing. If you're looking for a relationship like I did, former Jivantas, Jonathan did, then act like that. Oh my God, it's so good to be in love. Oh man, look at the colors of the trees. I can feel the breeze on my skin. Everything's just better. Now that I have $1 million in my bank account or in my investment account and I'm living off of interest and I can do anything that I want. I can work if I want. I can spend time with my family if I want. Oh God, how would that be? Use your imagination and then act as if. Have the feelings that you would have. Don't spend, $20,000 a month on things in that way, but walk around like, I could have it if I wanted. I could have that Lamborghini if I wanted. I could have that house if I wanted. Act as if. Use your imagination to have the feelings that you would have as if you had the things. All right, so let's summarize. To get anything that you want in the world, number 1, define your dream. Define what it is exactly that you want. You can be specific and non-specific at the same time. Be specific about the qualities and the experience that you want to have. Number 2, have a burning desire for its achievement. Know, feel, want it, and want it for day after day after day. And number 3, have 100% belief that you're going to get it. Don't worry about the how. And the pro tips, don't be specific. Exercise patience and effort. Be grateful, expectant, and enthusiastic. And number 4, act as if. Leave some comments below on what you think and feel free to subscribe or give a thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed this. I'll see you next time.